start here. I'm up on the ladder. Picture of Arizona, the mountains in the background. So what I did was square aluminum tubing, 2-inch, spanning the width of the camper, the fifth wheel. So it's 8 foot, I think it's 8'6", but I dropped it off 8'3". You'll have to do your own measurements. And then I built these, got these brackets built. I designed them so they go over top of the rain gutter. And then I went through the sidewall. And through the sidewall, I emailed the company that makes this camper, and they was very happy to send me out the blueprints and the schematics for it. And I went through each stud wall, aluminum stud, because that's how they're built now, is with aluminum studs. And each one of these plates, stainless steel bolt and nut with a Teflon. I used 31 marine glue, very, very good stuff. And then I built my own brackets on the back, L brackets, stainless steel bolts and nuts joining each one. And then, as you can see, it sits up so I get a lot of good ventilation. I'll go up on the other side of the camper for a little bit. This is what it looks like from above. Yeah, so I mounted everyone across that way, and then these ones here I mounted this in this direction because of the skylight and roof vents, so we can still have use of those. There's the RV park we're in. Yeah, and they worked really good, those little brackets of mine. So I've got on the front section 4 pieces of square tubing, 8 foot 3 inches long on the width wise. Lengthwise, I do believe I went, it's been a while, I think it was 16 feet. Each panel is roughly 4 feet wide, so 4 times 4 is 16. So yeah, I got a little bit of space on the ends on both sides. And then same with the back. Back ones actually are a little longer on the length because I've got the panels going lengthwise, not widthwise. And then underneath, you know, I zip tied the cables on the aluminum, keep them off the roof. And yeah, it's been working really well. We'll go on the inside and take a look at my solar charge controller and stuff. Yeah, and then through the inside of the cap, you can see I made little aluminum plates, and they have carriage bolts, so I didn't have to be in on the inside to keep them tight, to hold on to them. I just tightened the outside ones. And yeah, I know it's a little crooked, but hey, if you don't see them up there, you don't even notice them. And like I said, they're through each stud of the inner wall of the camper. I never put any holes through the roof. Well, I didn't want to have a problem with any rotting or leakage or anything. Okay, the harder controls. My 2 big ass 6-volt batteries, 1235 amp hours each, which gives us 6 to 7 hours of power for Marge's air machine and the CPAP, and you know, charging our cell phones. I run it through this plug here, which is a suicide plug, males on both ends, and I backfeed into my, I shut all my breakers off and these ones here are the washer and dryer plugs, and I plug into there, which happens to power up the GIC plugs, GFI plugs, up on the front of the camper, which is the bedroom area, one in the bathroom, our wife's coffee pot, and we're in business. So what we got is here, I'll just move this cooler a little bit, is the blue wires coming in here are from, they're a booster cable, 25 foot long. I got a Princess Auto. I got them on sale, 64 bucks. They are massive. They are 1 gauge, so I have no voltage loss. I probably didn't have to go that high because I am running 83 volts, 96 volts, I guess, 48.5 times 2. I do believe that's 96 something. So I'm running that through the cables. I got an old Canadian Tire Mastercraft 1000 watt inverter, which it's 5-6 years old, and it's running very well for the system that we're using. So we come through, I come up, I go to a 100 amp fuse. It's got a shut off right here. I can just click it and the power is going. It's off on to the meter, the solar charge controller. Click it back on, and then it goes up into the Midnite Classic, which is a little underrated for what I'm using. I want to go to get another Victron and put another set of wires in. To use to benefit all my panels, because I'm only using part of them. Yeah, right now I've got the front 2 hooked up to the coach batteries in the front of the camper, and the back 6 are hooked up here. And this, for 12 volt system, it says I'm only supposed to be, I think, 1200 watts, and 6 panels, 380 watts times 6 is what, dear? I don't know. Figure it out, guys. It's more than what this charge controller can handle. And then from the charge controller it goes down. I made more connections here, which go to the batteries. These are the greener wires, and they're 1 gauge as well, to the batteries, positive, negative. You see this splice in here, that's the ground coming up from the solar panels, and I usually hook a clamp here and go to this red wire, which is through this isolating box, which powers a grid tie inverter, which I can backfeed power into a campground, so I'm not paying for power. I hooked it up yesterday, and it worked for about 20-30 minutes, and I don't know, I thought I blew a fuse and it died. So I guess I won't be saving any money that way this year, unless I get one on eBay or Amazon. So I bought this Dematic charge controller. It is, I do believe it's 75 amps max, and when we're dry camping and we're up in Alberta and we don't have the full sun, this thing, I run it for 2-3 hours, and it juices up the battery enough that we can, I can get the wife, have a full 6-7 hours sleep. Alright, any questions, just shout. And then off of that, I just got booster cables. They're, 6 gauge going to the batteries, for the 75 amps off the charge control unit. And what I do with that is throw the generator on, plug it into the power here, and then it's charging the batteries. It's a simplified system. Keep it simple, and it seems to work very well. All right, over and out. Talk to you guys later.